What's up, everybody? It's Untitled Chapter. We left Albuquerque and we are on our way to the box. We're meeting up with these other YouTubers that call themselves USA Adventure Hunters. And we're hoping to meet up with them, make some new friends, and maybe give you guys a little tour of their rig here.
What's up, guys? Nick and Alyssa here. We are the US Adventure Hunters. We have been traveling on the road in the van for about a few months. We started in November. We started from the East Coast up north from New York, and we spent the winter in the van, which was really hard, but it was also fun at the same time. We traveled all the way down the East Coast, stopped in South Carolina, then went to Florida, and then cut over to Texas, and now we're here in New Mexico, and we have met up with Alexander Travel Bum, and we're really excited to be here with him right now, telling our story. We met in the military a few years ago. We met while we were stationed in Rhode Island, and we wanted to travel a lot, and so we condensed everything that we had, and we eventually ended up getting this awesome van that we built together, and decided to do this travel thing, and it's been great ever since. All the people that we've been meeting on the road have been just super nice, very humble. It's kind of like family, you know. Immediately you're willing to help out, and others are willing to help you out. You need anything, they're there for you. It's just been a great, awesome experience so far.
So it took us about 4 days to build our van. We actually have a video on our channel, youtube.com/USAdventureHunters, if you're interested on how we built it. We're going to give you a tour of what we have in there now, because we've actually added a lot of additions since then.
So this is the grand tour of our van. The front here, the cool things about it, we installed a swivel bracket for the seat, so the seat can turn all the way around, and it makes more of a homey living room kind of spacious area right here for conversation or cooking or talking and whatnot. The latest addition that we have is the new windshield. We are driving on the road, and this may happen to you, so be wary. A rock can kick up and crack your windshield, God forbid. But so we got a new windshield recently, and we're very happy with it, nice and clean and clear. And that's pretty much it as far as the exciting things for the front of the van. We have like a little speaker here so that we can connect it to our phones and listen to music when there's no radio signal, because in Texas, in spots, there is no radio signal. It'll just keep going on search forever. We have a water jug here with a pump on the top. So we get water from, you know, a potable water source, any potable water source, and there's a pump on here. Just pump the top, and you know, we're able to refill our water jugs. Everything else that we have pretty much is as cheap as we can, other than the cedar planking. We got this from Home Depot. We like the homey kind of rustic look of like a log cabin, so the interior we wanted to go with the wood look, and we really love it. And it was fairly easy to install. You can check out and see how we did it on our channel. So this is where we have our clothing and towels, and then we have Toby's food and all of his accessories, and then underneath here we have all of our bath supplies, and then right here we have our dry food storage bin. They just come out just like regular drawers, and it's awesome. I also want to introduce our son Toby. He's a chocolate lab.
He's tired.
He's very tired today because he was hiking around for the past couple of days.
Toby.
And so underneath the bed, if you want to just move, Toby. All right, you might have to clip that part out, but go ahead.
Oh, that's the best part.
Underneath the bed, we have our storage. So we have expensive electronics and stuff like that. So we make sure we keep it locked up in a safe that we bolted to the van. And then we have like a junk bin that comes out and opens up for like miscellaneous accessories and whatnot. We have a tent for when we're at campgrounds or campsites that only allow tent camping. This van will qualify just as a car, and then the tent can just be right there, and you know, the campground usually doesn't hassle us. We have rope lights that wire all around underneath and all around up top, and right here in the corner here is all of our camping, hiking, backpack equipment. And we'll go to the back real quick and show you how we operate out of the van from there.
So in the back here we have, this is just a bunch of like jackets and cold weather gear here. We also have a printer in here because we do a lot of stuff for school and whatnot. This is our kitchen bin. It's really easy, just pull it out and it has everything. This is when we're hooked up to electric. This is what we cook on. When we're not hooked up to electric or the generator, we have a camp stove back there. It's a big propane stove. You can either put food on it like a griddle, or you can put a pan on it and cook in the pan. And a bunch of other like showering stuff or whatever back there. And that's it for the underneath. This up here we just installed. This is actually a security camera. We just recently went with Verizon. We had Straight Talk and they kind of sucked because they didn't have a mobile hotspot. So we got this camera with it. It runs off of the Verizon wireless, so you don't need to be connected to Wi-Fi. I think it was like $350, but totally worth it if you don't want your stuff stolen. And you can turn it on and off from your phone. So even if you're hiking somewhere and you're like, oh, I forgot to turn the camera on, you can turn it on. It runs off batteries, so it's wireless too. I don't recommend getting this exact brand. This is how we do dishes. This one came from Walmart. It was like $10, but
it leaks.
It leaks and it really doesn't work that well, but it works for dishes. So this is what we do for our dishes. We just hang this thing up right here, which it was supposed to have a thingy, but it broke because that's, you know, a piece of crap. But turn it on and water comes out.
Well, it's supposed to come out.
Comes out. And that's how we do dishes.
So for the outside of the van, we wanted to include like some kind of platform that we could have in case it's raining and it's muddy or whatever the case is and we need to cook or do dishes or store extra gear. So we put a back rack on there and we put the wooden board cutout inside so that we can have a nice flat surface. This is for dishes and also holding the shower bag so that it would heat up in the sun, but it really doesn't heat up too well, just enough to do dishes comfortably so your hands don't hurt when it's cold. Another thing that we had added was a nice light. It's kind of it's like a $10 fog light that you usually put on the front of your car, but we rigged it and mounted it, and it has a switch, so like when it's dark, if it's a late night or whatever, we can see what we're doing back here without having to have a headlamp on or whatever the case is. And the last things that we have are on the outside of the van. We usually keep them inside the van when we're hiking or whatever, but if we're traveling, we could just put them on the back rack and strap them down and lock them up with a bicycle lock, whatever we're feeling for the day or area. We have an external water jug. Usually we use it for shower. It's non-potable water. It holds 5 gallons. Another great thing that we have, in case we don't have any battery juice or whatever, is this generator. It's a 2,000 watt generator. It works really well. It's really good on gas. We're very happy with it. It's very quiet, so it doesn't disturb other campers in the area. The one thing that we do wish we went with was a solar panel on the top, because we do have electronics like camera equipment and editing software and the computers and stuff. Sometimes when we're off-grid camping for a long period of time, that stuff will die, and we don't really want to use the generator to charge it, but we can if we have to. We have this awesome Pelican Cooler. Every couple of days, we'll drain the water from it and replenish it with ice and obviously food that we need to keep cold, which is another reason why we didn't go with like a refrigerator or anything. It'll save space. We could put it on the back rack or whatnot. The very last thing that we have is when we're off-grid or way out in the back country, we want to make sure we can see a good far distance because we don't want to hit any animals crossing the road. So we put KC lights in a light bar with 2 extra fog lights on the front of the van. A friend of mine taught me how to weld, so I welded it straight directly to the steel bumper. And it works out really, really well, and we're very happy with it. And that's our van, and we really hope that you guys enjoyed the tour, and we look forward to any questions that you may have. Thank you guys so much for watching. A special thanks to Alexander Travel Bum and Sandra for coming out and meeting with us. We really appreciate it. If you guys are interested in following us on our adventure around the country, you can find us on youtube.com/USAdventureHunters.